Truphena show. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the only show where your heart is repaired. Now, today we are going to talk about marriage. Now, is it true that marriage works? Is there any marriage that survives, even in the midst of any circumstance? Is it true that there is a marriage out there, even after so many years, they are still moving on? So this is the question that we are going to have your answer today. And we have a very special guest. Our guest for today, he has stayed in the marriage for 36 years. Can you imagine 36 years? And one more thing, he's also a pastor. So he's a man who has seen all, being a pastor and being a husband and being a father to many children. So we are going to hear, make sure that you don't go any far, but stay with me and stay with Auntie Truphena Show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
You can please let us know your name and something very small before we go to our normal topic.
My name is Reverend Peter Musau Mweti. I pastor Deliverance Church in Bulbul. That's where I'm pastoring. I've been there for the last 17 years. And we thank God for what He's doing in that church. Yes.
Okay. Maybe because our topic today is about marriage that can last. Yeah. You can take us through how you met your wife as a girl then. Yeah.
Well, I was buying some land at our home area, and I was buying from my aunt. My cousin had a problem with his wife. So he asked me to accompany him so that he could talk to his wife. And just near his wife's home, in a place called Miomboni, I saw a beautiful girl washing utensils outside the house. I was thunderstruck. I tell you, she was just so good looking. But I had a problem. I didn't know her, she didn't know me. So I decided to use my cousin as a go-between. I told him, cousin, even as we go to your wife's place, when I connect me now.
That's so wonderful.
So we went and we met his wife. We were able to talk over, and I said, remember my agenda. So we went back.
You can't forget that.
I wouldn't forget that. It was so important. The girl was just, and we managed to talk. Yes.
So we can say that you just saw her and then
I just saw her and I got thunderstruck. I mean, it was just she was beautiful. I mean,
then after mediation, somebody talked to her.
I just needed an introduction. So my cousin's wife, because they're in the same village, told her, you know my husband? And this is his cousin. And all I needed was the introduction.
Just that.
I tell you, I can be good at talking. So I talked my way through into her heart. And that was the first meeting. And we planned for another meeting. And the rest is history.
The rest is history. So if you can tell us, what did you see? Because I believe that because that time you were not a pastor then.
No, I wasn't.
I believe you had many other girls, but this girl struck you. Maybe you can tell us what made you get so much attracted to this girl that you didn't want to leave her.
I tell you, it was her physique. It was just physical.
She must be a bitch.
She still is. By the way, you should see her. I mean, she's good.
Even after 36
Even after 36, she still looks good. And I'm still happy with her. I made a good choice.
Okay.
I saw her, I was attracted to her physical features. That was the first connecting factor. But as we talked, I realized that she was young. She may have been, but she's a very mature woman. And as we were able to talk, she was asking the right questions. And we talked and we talked. And as we kept on talking, I realized that this is the woman for me. Of course, being a stranger to her, I took quite a bit of time. But eventually we got married. The Akamba traditional way. Yes, I gave goats.
You did the traditional way.
The traditional way.
Giving goats.
Yes, I gave some goats. See, I'm there. That's what they think.
All right. And now that you have told us that you saw some maturity in her. What is that? Is it that she talked, what did she talk about that the other girls were not talking about? hakuwa waraha sana kama wao, or what is this unique thing that you saw in her apart from her physique, of course?
I think it's her life attitude, her world view. You know, girls of her age, you know, that tender age, would have been interested in me taking them out for, you know, a good time, probably a bottle of beer,
Okay.
some dancing and so on. But this was a serious woman. And she was asking me, you know, okay, you say that you're interested in me. What have you planned? I mean, what is your plan? I mean, what do you have in mind?
So kind of, she challenged you.
Yeah, she challenged
And
me.
it's like she was ready and she was also serious.
Yes. You know, later on we talked and I asked her, how come you said yes to me?
Yeah.
And said, you are so handsome. And she confessed that about a month or two back, she had actually been praying to God to give her husband.
Okay.
And you know, I may not have been saved, but I remembered some time back having prayed to God and said, you know, I've had enough of this freelancing.
Okay.
I'd like to settle down.
Oh.
And in my own way, I believe God answered my prayer.
So out there, you want to tell us that people should apply their faith in looking for a partner in marriage.
Yeah.
And also the issue of commitment, because both of you looked committed and serious.
Yes.
You needed a serious person. She
That's
needed a serious person. And that is why you rhymed.
Yes.
Okay, so you finally entered into a marriage after traditional things and everything,
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
Then you settled down.
Yes.
Hi. Take us through the journey of your marriage, and we see what we can gather from there and how we can help our viewers out there.
Yes.
Either those who are married, or the people who are planning to marry,
Yes.
or the people who are just young, they have not even thought for marriage.
Well, she was from a reasonably well-to-do family, rather than me, because I grew up as an orphan.
Okay.
I went to school in Sarehe, so just I got employed. But despite the fact that she came from a fairly well-to-do family, she was humble enough to accept me
Just as you are.
as I was. At the time, I had just bought a piece of land. And I was trying to build, and you know, for a young man to build on his own, it's not easy. And in our Kamba place, we don't have stones. We build with mud bricks. And she came and helped me build
do the mud.
Yes, that made me attracted to her even more.
Despite her wealthy
Despite her, you know,
background.
her background. I had just bought the first piece of field, and I was now buying the second shamba.
Yeah.
And I wanted to build as a home. And she actually came and helped in building up the home. That made me know that this is a serious woman, wanting, you know, to have a steady home. Of course, we've had our challenges, but we've always helped one another in life.
Yeah.
I mean, she never came into my house proud that she came from a better, well-to-do family than I was. I mean, I had no parents. Her father and mother were alive, even her grandmother and grandfather, you know. So she was from a better family from ours. But she accepted me the way I
Just
was.
as you are.
Yes. Do you know, I even didn't have dowry at the first. I was so broke. But my mother-in-law and father-in-law, when they saw that I was a serious young man, they said the most important thing is not the dowry. The most important thing is that you're serious to settle down in marriage. I always remember those words of my father-in-law. And of course, we paid dowry later.
Okay. After you are not broke
yes,
anymore.
yeah. When things got much better. And
Right.
we are still living together. Yeah, after 36 years, we're still together.
Okay. And now, so from there you started getting children, of course.
Yeah.
And any challenge that you have ever gone through, and before that, how can you say is your wholesome marriage? How can you, in a very small way, how is your marriage
I would say,
after 36 years?
I would say I'm one of the luckiest people on this planet. I got a woman whom we were able to bond easily with. And we have had challenges in our lives. Like, of course, when the children begin to come, it changes your life completely. But we were able to adapt. When we got children, as I told you, I came from from a disadvantaged family,
Okay.
and I grew up as an orphan. I have never known how you bring up children.
Okay.
My wife had a small idea. So imagine when we got our firstborn, we even didn't know how to wash the baby. So there we have the soap, we have the karai.
But you don't have an idea.
We don't have an idea. So I told her, I'll get out of the head, you get off the feet.
A small baby.
Yes, and we
An
shall wash.
infant.
And there I was holding the baby, afraid that it might slip in the water. And there she was holding the legs, and we got some cotton wool and tried to clean the body. It worked with a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Of course, watching out for the thing they put on the... Yes. So the first baby was quite a challenge. But we had good neighbors. So we were a young couple. We didn't know much. And they came and gave us the advice we required, how to wash the baby, how to hold the baby. And we learned.
Okay. Thank you. We are coming right back. We are going to get to know how the couple survived so many obstacles in marriage. And of course, he is going to give us big two of them and how they managed to survive out of it. Don't go any far. This is Auntie Truphena Show. We'll be right back.